Hello, freak bitches. It does change. I mean, I hate to say it. Louis C.K. gave me great advice once when it came to having a kid, which is very odd. But he said, let it change you. And I don't know Louis very well. I should say this, too, because people... Somebody was giving me a hard time about not commenting on it. And my thought was like, first of all, I want to gather my thoughts.
Absolutely.
And second of all, I don't know him that well. No. I don't even have his phone number. I've never had a phone call conversations with him. We've exchanged emails maybe 3 times ever, and he and I have run into each other at clubs and said hi. We've never gone out and hung out together. I'm not good friends with him.
Yeah.
So when all this was going down, it's not like I had information. Like, if Joey Diaz did something fucked up and people wanted me to comment, first of all, I would never say anything bad no matter what Joey Diaz did. Sorry. That's just the way it is. There's just no way around it.
If you knew he raped someone. This is horrible. People are going to grab this soundbite.
I'm so sorry that he did that. But when, I would never... I would never throw him under the bus. You know what I'm saying?
I think there's bus throwing and then there's bus throwing. There's a comment after sort of condemning it, and then there's...
Of course.
Like there was a guy who was in that movie, Baby Driver, and he...
Kevin Spacey?
No, it was like the 8th lead or something, and he went on some show and just went off about Kevin. And so everyone's... And like... It was like, it looked like a way to get attention. Like, yeah, when I was on set, he didn't seem that cool. And it was so much in retrospect.
Oh, but isn't that the guy that's from The Walking Dead, the Punisher guy?
I don't know.
Isn't that him?
I just saw that.
Yeah, I think it's that guy who's pretty successful. He's the new Punisher in that Netflix show.
It just seemed very like bandwagon jumping when the Louis C.K. thing happened. I can speak from a perspective of a woman who's seen this kind of stuff. I don't know. I've brought him up twice at the store. That's my knowledge of him. Right. But you get these emails from like the New York Times or... like, hey, if you have anything you want to say or if you know any other things. I'm like, I don't. What do you know? And I don't want to attach myself. Right. I don't want to be like, I didn't want to be part of that story just for the sake of it.
Right.
Because then you look like a fame whore.
Well, that's also the problem. Like, you get caught up in something where you become inexorably connected to this awful event, and you didn't do anything.
Sure.
Yeah.
So Joey didn't do anything. It was just...
It's like, not Joey. Joey, oddly enough... as crazy as Joey is, he's a very gentle person.
He's a giant he's Puerto Rican. He's Cuban, sorry. Giant Cuban teddy bear.
He is, right?
Because he seems so tough and he loves saying cocksucker, but he is just, he's just so kind, and he's got these eyes like a whale, like they're just ancient and big, like camel eyelashes. He's got these like lovely eyes, and he smiles at you like a toddler. I love him. He's
the best. I exchange emails with him maybe once every 3 or 4 years. We've texted each other maybe 10 times ever. Only phone calls. Calls me every couple days. What's up, cocksucker? What are you doing, brother? What's going on? He wants to talk to you. Yeah, Joey wants to talk to you. If I ever text him, it's because I have to send an address to him. He's got to like put it in his navigation system. Yeah. That's it. He calls you.
He's lovely.
Yeah, he's a beautiful person. Yeah, it's and he and I were talking about this whole Louis C.K. thing. He was like, he goes, you know what's fucking crazy? He was like, I held somebody at gunpoint. He goes, I went to jail. he goes for armed fucking kidnapping, and everybody's like, you were crazy. But he goes like, this is the kind of thing.
You were crazy.
This is the kind of thing that sticks because he did it to one of us. Right? Like if you, in our world, like we are all the same. We are all the same thing. I mean, there's going to be some weird pettiness and bullshit, and there's going to be some prejudices, and there's going to be some individuals that are not supportive. But overall, amongst the good eggs, amongst the ones that you and I associate with, we all consider each other the same thing.
We understand each other's hearts, and we know how hard it is and what it's like, and we all know that it's us. Even though the audience is our friends, it's us versus them. It's the club versus, you're trying to do a job, and we know exactly what this very weird job entails. And we know the way the other person thinks. Like, we have fucked up thoughts.
Yes.
And it's okay to admit these thoughts to each other. And that's a very special bond. And you can't just be like, I'm a comic, I get it. Like, you have to kind of earn it. And there's a respect there. And so it's what he did is deplorable. And it was with other comics. And I feel bad because everybody gets so angry at women. They're like, why now? And I'm like, because there's safety in numbers, and no one would listen before.